Bama, what's going on, buddy? What's the temp? I don't know, man. I don't really know what the temperature is. All I can tell you is I'm sweating balls out here. It just finished pouring rain, and after that, after that, that failure of a live with D's, it just couldn't get the thing to work. It was all choppy and nasty and a big mess. I decided to come out here and make another slingshot. You know how I was telling you guys I had that other birch frame. Uh, I guess Y branch or whatever you want to call it. Well, I whipped up something while everything was going bad in the rain. Andy, what's going on? Bama, Largo, how you doing, boys? Yeah, it was just stinking nasty outside. I decided to stay outside and do some shooting. Had to go inside because it started to pour. Then I got a break. I grabbed that birch Y fork and went to town on it, and came up with something. I think it looks pretty good, pretty cool. But I'll give you a look at it in a second. I'm just kind of giving it a last, giving it the last little bit of a cleanup here before I. Yeah, I was hoping it would get something nice done here, and once it started pouring rain, I just like, okay, screw this. I went in my garage and I started working on a slingshot and a video. And I only got a little bit of battery here left, so I won't be able to stay too long, but I'll show you what I got going on. What did I miss here? Yo, sorry for the fail this morning. Yeah, the live sucked, man. I was looking forward to that too. D's such a cool dude, and I was hoping to chat and have some fun with the guy, talk slings and things, but didn't seem to work out. We tried a couple of times and it kept on being choppy. The first time it was perfect for me and D's, and then the second one it was starting to get a little rough for me and D's and for you guys, so it just got worse. But I think I know why. I think is we had some serious weather coming in today. We just had a crazy thunderstorm while I was hanging out in the garage working on this little slingshot here, and well, here I am now, just finishing her up. But I'll give you a look. Think over here is getting a little impatient. Let's see what you got out here. Yeah, I guess I should show you what I've been working on, so it doesn't look like I'm out here rubbing one out on the live. Yeah. So I'm making this little guy here today. Just kind of grinding it out. It holds fantastic. So now I think people won't get the wrong idea. I'll lift it up here. I'm sure it looks kind of rude, but yeah, we're just finishing this guy off, and I'm gonna hit it with some polyurethane. I just sanded it down with a 1000 grit. How's it going, Darren? Yeah. So this guy came out of a birch. It's going to be a slingshot, think. We're going to be able to shoot stuff with it. I'm going to attach some elastic bands on it, and we'll be able to do some wicked bad shooting on this with this thing. I can pretty much guarantee it. It's designed after one of my favorites. Yes, sir. Slingshot. It's designed after one of my favorites, which is the Spitfire, designed by Chuck and Steel. And I kind of put a few little extra things on there. I think the wood's going to turn out to be pretty nice. It looks really sweet down in there. If we could just get some sunshine, I'll be able to show you a better look at it. But we're going to hit it with some polyurethane in a second. I'm just going to give this thing a good wipe down with my shirt. And I'll give you guys a look. Do I sell them at all? I'm thinking about selling them at some point or another. I've got a few forks that I've got lying around in here. Oh yeah, dude, it's totally comfortable. It's totally comfortable. Yeah, I think the grain on this thing is pretty good. I think we're pretty good with the sanding now. I'm just going to give it a wipe down. I'll tilt you guys down and I'll give it a quick spray with the polyurethane so you can get an idea of what it's going to look like. Here, I'll tilt you down. I left a little bit of bark in there on the inside. If it pops out, it's no big loss. How's the weather? Dude, we just got smoked with a crazy storm up here, buddy. It was piss pouring rain. I had to hide inside the house for a little bit, so I couldn't do any shooting. Like I was telling people just a little bit earlier, I couldn't do any shooting, so I decided to come into the garage and make a slingshot. And yeah, so that's pretty much where we're at. I'm in the sanding stages now, and just finished that up. We're gonna go ahead and give it a shot with polyurethane on there and see how this guy glows. So yeah, buddy, it should be heading your way. It just finished off here, and it was nice. I was outside for about an hour or so filming the video, the build of this, and then it came down like batshit crazy. It was nuts. So I'm gonna back you guys up a little bit. Give you the lovely crotch shot, and we'll hit this thing with a little bit of polyurethane. Oh wow. That spot in here is absolutely lovely. I'll have to give this a couple of shots. Basically what I'll do is I'll hit the top end of it with a very, very thin coat. And then when it dries, I'll flip it over, hit the bottom end, and I'll just kind of flip-flop back and forth until we get it looking pretty badass. But I'll finish off the video a little bit later with the with this thing banded up and shooting. But you'll probably see that come out in a couple of days in the video. It's good looking though, I'll tell you that much. And I have a feeling she's going to shoot nice too. And getting those chainsaw files made a big difference for cutting in those band grooves. I don't know if you could hear it, but the rain started to come down again. Oh yeah, that little spot in here is just gorgeous. Look at that. In the sunshine, this thing's gonna explode. It's gonna be super, super bright. Once it pops out. See, the stuff dries really quick. I had a couple of spots on here that see the handle down at the bottom there. Had a couple of spots on there that had just a couple little check lines in there I didn't even notice before, and I was sanding it and they popped up. I may just leave them there. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. Corn worker, if I'm looking to get rid of it, buddy, you got dibs, bud. Hello from Canada. It's raining here in Ontario right now. Yeah, it's raining here in Quebec too, buddy. Mark Cooper, it stinks out here today. Yeah. Been piss pouring rain off and on for the last couple of days. It sucks. Thunderstorm, we had one a little bit earlier, and it stopped raining, and now it just started back again. I had all my tools on the side of the house there. I had to run back in here while I was finishing off this little slingshot here. Hello from Saturn. How's the rings down there, buddy? Julian, tell me all about it. Was just watching shorts of you shooting that. Yeah, I've got a few shorts of me shooting these things. I have another one that I made recently. It was a yellow birch, one of these that I made. Not the same shape at all, but just something that I had come up with, and it was a lot of fun. I should totally get rid of it. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Coin. Let me get a few shots through her, and then I'll think about it. Okay, buddy? I'm in the UK. We don't have guns. So I'd love to have something like that. Ah, there's lots of guys out in the UK that make these, buddy. A lot closer than me. That have probably been doing it a lot longer also. Probably. And most likely even better at it than I am. But for the most part, I made all of this with a 1-inch cheapy, actually a 1-inch really cheapy, what do you call them, belt sander, and a Dremel, and everything else was by hand. I used the Dremel just to get a little bit of extra shit out of there, and I just used the grinder, not the grinder, but a sanding bit. Actually, I have it down here somewhere. Yeah, just this guy here, and a belt sander. That's all. And these guys come for free. We just go for a little walk in the woods one day on a nice day, and you pick up a couple of Y-forks with a good saw, and bring them home, let them dry, and that's it. If you hit up Nick Hagerty, Nick makes some plastic poly ones, but he also makes some of those out of that multiplex plywood that are very good and they last a long time. Something you might want to check out. Oh, it's very, very cold. Well, I wish I was over on Saturday. I'm much more of a cold weather guy than a hot weather guy, and it's hot as hell out here today. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this. This thing came out pretty cool. It holds really nice. So we'll have to get some bands on this guy and pop a couple shots out of it, but it's going to be pretty badass, I think. Hey, Mr. Al, how you doing, buddy? Yeah. So this is what ATO gets up to when his lives go to shit. That's pretty much what happened. My life went to shit, and anyway, we banged out a nice little slingshot here. Hey, Chad. Yeah, man. It was pretty cool. Came out pretty nice, I think. There's a couple of little lines here that I probably should have gotten out a little bit more. I thought it was part of the... It might even still be part of the wood, actually. I can't... maybe I could feel something with my fingernail on there a little. Yeah. A couple of little lines in there, but my finishing wasn't perfect. But up on the forks, it looks pretty damn good. I got to get some 120 grit sandpaper. It'll make my life a lot easier. I did the whole thing with 220, then jumped right to 1,000. I was at a 400 too. Hey, what's going on, Leon? This is a paper birch. A couple of years ago, I was maybe 1.5 years ago now. A year and a half, 2 years ago, I was out walking in the woods looking for some tree forks to make slingshots out of. And sure enough, I came across this yellow birch and a white birch or paper birch that got crushed by a fallen tree from a winter storm. And I cut a bunch of forks out of it. Well, 4 of them. 2 of them were probably too small to get anything out of it, and the other one was a nice size. The other 2 were a nice size. The yellow birch one I did recently. There's a live on here called Sanding Sucks, and that's why I called this one Still Sanding Sucks, because I'd spent the last hour and a half or 2 hours sanding this little guy down. But yeah, she's looking pretty damn good, I think. It's going to be a pretty nice shooter, though, I have a feeling. Yeah. It's got a cool shape. I'll be releasing the vid. I'll try to get the vid up probably some point this weekend. And you'll see the first shots through this thing. That little spot right there is just spectacular. Can't wait to see this thing in the sunshine. Hey, what's going on, Chris? Yeah, birch is good wood, man. I love wood. I love birch. I've got a couple of spoons and a cook's eye carved out of it. And now I've got 2 slingshots that I've carved out of it. Look at this guy. It's kind of like a Spitfire-y, beagly slingshot. And the other one was basically just a mark job. Yeah, we'll have to get some bands on this guy pretty soon and take some shots with it. I'm just going to give it another little shot up near the forks with some of that polyurethane, and then let her dry out real good. I've got another couple of natties in there, natty forks that I may build some more slingshots this weekend with them. I'll bang out a couple of them and see how it goes. I don't know what styles I'm going to make them out of. It all depends on what they give me. This one had a funny shaped fork. I had a thicker one down here with a thinner one up on top, and that's why I decided to go with the Spitfire look to it. The other one, I don't know what I'm going to do with. Some of them I got 3 or 4 more, but they're made out of beech wood, and beech is pretty nice too, actually. Hey, what's up, Lone Wolf? Davey, how's it going? Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. We can get this guy banded up probably today. Take some shots with it. I have a feeling he's going to be a great shooter. And those what do you call them? Those chainsaw files do a fantastic job on those band grooves. Really, really nice. Yeah, it came out pretty damn good. I'm happy with this. I just wish I went a little bit thinner at the tips, but I wasn't sure if I could just trim it in a little bit on this side and make it more of like an ergo feel. But I really like the hold of it, so I left it that way. Beech is nice. Smells like popcorn when you sand it. Yeah, beech is good wood, man, and it's hard as hell. Great stuff. Actually, that first slingshot that I ever made, the Chuck and Steel one, that one's made out of beech. Super, super hard stuff. And actually, the grain in it's beautiful too. It's a really, really nice wood. How are we doing here? Not too bad. Let's hit that bottom one more time. Yeah, it did have a little bit of a crack in that ass end there. Hopefully that doesn't travel, but I mean it's been in a box basically drying for about well, a year and a half at least. Shit. Yeah, it's been drying in that box for about a year and a half. So I think once it really, really settles in and dries right up, this thing is going to be well, a really solid slingshot. The wood's really hard. Yeah, I should have gone a little bit longer on that bottom of that handle. I didn't even realize that at the time. Oh well, it is what it is. You see those little lines in there? Yeah, kind of pisses me off. I'll try to be more careful on the next one. Can I be mod? Almost everyone is mod. I don't even know what mod is, man. Wilt, gotta run, stay on target. I'll be back if I can. Okay, Coin, take care, buddy. Yeah, that was a fun build. Never tried anything like this before, so this is a new shape for me out of a fork. So I'm happy with that. But I'll tell you, those chainsaw files. Wow, what a big difference! I bought these little square ones that I thought would be a little bit easier to slice in, but no. Can I be a moderator? Not a chance, buddy. Sorry, man. We got to build a relationship before that happens. All those guys that you see wrenches on are all guys that I trust and are buddies of mine. I'm in Canada, man. Up in Quebec, Canada, Bobby. Sorry, buddy. It looks like you're writing in Russian or something like that. I see good Rog. I don't know what it says. I'm sorry, man. I'd love to answer you back, but I don't know what those what you're saying. Sorry, bud. Yeah, yeah. I have a feeling that nice little chunk of bark. I left a little chunk of bark on there. I think that'll look pretty damn cool. Hopefully, it'll stay there. I think it will. It was really stuck there. It took all the grinding and the file work that I did on it. It stayed there. So he's speaking Wodka. Yeah, hopefully it'll stay on there pretty decent because it looks pretty cool. Adds a nice flavor to the frame. I got a couple more of these bad boys. So if it's nice, maybe I'll do another one either today or tomorrow. And if I have anything that I think I can like a raffle, maybe I'll put a raffle together with one of these. But this one might not be going anywhere. This one feels really damn good. Oilers Monday. Yep, and I got the day off too, which is gonna be sweet. Everyone in track, can you please say respond to Moxie? What a crazy series that's turned out to be, eh? Holy smokes. I think they were down 3-0. Now it's all tied up 3-3 going into game 7. That's pretty crazy. I'm wondering if that's actually ever happened before in the NHL finals. I'm not even sure if it has, if they've ever had that happen before. Did I go hunting? Nope, it's not the season for that here. Season's closed, so there will be no hunting. But I'm working really hard on getting that done so we can go out and get that done. Graffiti is wrong. No, I'm talking hockey, bud. I was actually worried a little bit that this wouldn't be any good. It's like a year and a half old, maybe 2 years old, and it gets kind of cold in my garage. So usually when paint gets cold, it doesn't work well anymore. But this stuff seems to be hanging on there just fine. So, all right, that'll be the end of this. Let this dry out a little bit, and then hopefully we'll be able to get out later and do some shooting with this bad boy. I think that'll be pretty damn cool. Okay, we're doing okay for a little bit of battery time. What's everybody shooting today? I had my Aries out. I was going to shoot my Aries today, but I ended up shooting a little bit while, and then all of a sudden had to change the... it's up in Alberta, Canada. Bigfoot's around here. Around there. Yeah, maybe. Hey, Vomit, what's going on, bro? Is that just poly spray? Yeah, it's polyurethane. I like to drop it on the floor. It's much better for shaking it up. Here we are. Yeah, it's crystal clear lacquer, they call it, which is a superior scratch protection. No sanding between coats. Semi-gloss. Not too shiny. But it works all right. I've covered a few frames with it. It's pretty... Oh. I don't know if you guys just saw that, but it just got really dark. And the rain's picking up again. Here, have a look. Anyway, we'll see how bad it goes today. Hi, I like your shirt. Hey, thanks. This is more of a retro design. I got a new model that's now out with my new logo. And I don't have any samples to show you guys yet. I'm waiting for them to arrive. They're on the way, but the new one's much nicer than this. But I like the OD green with the ATO on it. I just wish it had a better black line going around it. Around the maple leaf. Ooh, got a little drop on there. That's no good. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this one. It's going to be a great shooter. I have a feeling. Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's a good-looking frame. Tiffany, how's my day going? Well, it wasn't so bad. We tried to do a little bit of a live this morning with my buddy Don from Double D's Slingshot channel. And it didn't work out. So, we had a lot of problems with reception. So, I went inside, started making a slingshot, and it came down with a thunderstorm. And then I went back outside for a little bit, kind of got her finished up, and then I decided to go live just as I was getting ready to cover this guy up. Yeah, man, I'm pretty proud of this one, Briggsy. Came up pretty nice. Today I'm starting cut out a 90mm HDPE sling based on circles. Interesting. Was shooting the Scout X earlier, then the aluminum Chupacabra. Oh, very nice. I've got the new Scout LT coming. I'm supposed to receive that, well, it was supposed to be on Monday, but it never arrived. I think the post office. What taper am I using? I'm 22 to 12 or 14, depending on the elastic I'm using. If it's 22 to 12, I'm using usually 0.5. If it's 22 to 14, I'm using 0.45 or 0.4. On this one, most likely 22 to 14 will be the thing I'm going to be using. There we go. Yeah, we're feeling pretty good. The hold on this thing is just freaking badass, I'm telling you. Hey Robert, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, I was just messing around with a tree fork today and came up with this little guy here. It's kind of like a Spitfire looking slingshot or a Beagle. It's really nice, can get really up close to the forks. I have a feeling it's going to be a good shooter. I'm going to let this guy dry out and do a little bit of shooting with it later on today, just to test her out. See if there's anything I need to adjust on it. I usually do that anyway. Get out, do some shooting with it, and then once I know how it feels, and it feels really good, because sometimes you hold a slingshot and it feels bad until you get a load on it, and it feels great. So we'll see. But this one feels good so far. 20 to 12 is what I'm using at the moment. Ah, nice. You know what, Darren? If I'm being completely honest, the 22 to 14 actually might be a little overpowered for 8 mil steel and 0.45 Omega slings. I have found it. It's a little bit on the zippy side. You know when you can actually hear that crack sound when your bands let go. Well, it actually sounds a little extra heavy, and I might actually go back down to the 2212 for that, or even 1812 really. Am I barbecuing today? Well, the plan was I was gonna do a video today, a grill and slinger vid, and I was gonna smoke a turkey on the barbecue, but the rain is kind of ruining the fun. $20 to $12 here as well. 0.6 Omega green. Nice. What size ammo are you shooting there? I'm too slick. Got the gun in the house. Absolutely. Hi from North Carolina. How you doing, Jenna? I gotta get one of those things. You ever see Chris Graffin's videos? He's got that like iron thing where he burns his logo into a frame. I gotta get one of those, man. I would love to have like my new ATO logo with that thing. Just zip a nice little burn into some of these homemade frames that I'm making. Just a small one. I can just burn it right into the center. Like that would look pretty badass right up in here somewhere. Little ATO logo, or even a what do you call those things? Help me out here, smart people. Those little rods with the logos inside them. What are they called? Rick got a burner for his Hillbilly logo. Yeah, I'll ask him where he gets them from. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if anybody would even be interested, but I was thinking about, just making some ATO slingshots, burning them and putting a number on them, and sending them out. And that would be, or raffling them off. Might be cool. Little branding tool, my logo on them, put a little number. Each time I make a slingshot, put a number on there. They'll all be pretty much one-ofs because I'm just making them out of Y forks. So whatever the Y gives me is what will be going up. But I don't know if anybody would be interested. Maybe. Yeah, I've got one. I've got one of the adjustable rulers there. They work pretty good. I've also got a bunch of tapers that I use on a regular, the taper bands. But I think I much prefer the cut tapers. Basically, just to zip them off. I got a few. I got 18 to 12. I've got 24 to 12. I've got 22 to 12. I've got 22 to 14. I've got 25, 15, 24, 25, 20. I think that's it. Your raffle would be good. I would love to own my own ATO handmade slingshot. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. What's my secret to become so accurate? I actually let that go in a recent video. It's all on how I aim. One of the biggest problems I was having in the beginning, when I first started out, is that when I was looking down my fork, and I try to put my fork tip on the thing I'm aiming at. But you see how the fork tip is kind of, hold on a second, if I could get this. See how the fork tip is sharp in my nose? And my nose is kind of blurry-ish? Well, that's what I try to do, is I try to look off the fork tip, and I hover my fork tip over that spot I want to shoot, and I let it rip. the biggest problem I was having was while I was aiming. Yeah, thank you for getting rid of that guy, Chad. That guy had to go. I don't like any of that kind of shit. When people are when you're trying to aim at something and you're focusing on the target, then you're fork tip, then your target, then your fork tip. That causes a major problem. Now, for me, I always find that my sight picture, I always try to focus on my fork tip onto what I'm shooting, and I just hover over, like say my eyeball in this case, but it's down there, so up here, yeah, there. So I'll be hovering over my nose. I try to keep the fork as sharp, and the target is blurry. And for me, because I shoot off of a fork tip, or just above the fork tip, when I'm focusing on it, when that blurry, say like that 12 millimeter fork wasp flipper that's in the box there, when I'm focusing over that, I just line that up and I use that edge of the band and it's aiming small. That's how I do it, man. Would I be up for a UK Canada live shoot at some point? Yeah, sure I would. That would be fun. I'd be totally down for that. I was actually trying to get Andy Mund on here, but I can't really. I was kind of hard this week. I was trying to send him out and try to aim a, set up a shooting time, but things were so chaotic during the week that I didn't end up reaching out to Andy. But I'm gonna do it still. I want to get a little live shoot going on with Andy Mund. It would be fun. Sunday morning coffee with ATO and Andy, just shooting the shit and taking some shots. I think it might be fun. That dude's a legendary shooter, too. I almost broke my finger last week. Oh, no, Julie, that's no good. Aim small, miss small. That's it, buddy. And try to control how your eyes are working. You don't want your eyes to be going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between your target and your frame. Yeah, sure, man. That would be a lot of fun. Doing a little live, co-live at some point. Yeah, this thing feels really good, man. Like I'm shocked at how good it feels. Really shocked. I think I might just get a little bit of crazy glue in there, some super glue, just to put it in the crack. Let it soak in a little bit, and then sand her down and give it another shot later on, just to make sure that that crack doesn't keep going, just in case. I don't think it will, though. This fork has been in there for quite some time now, but it's been drying in there for quite a while. Should be okay. Yeah, that saying's been around for a long time, man. Anybody who does any kind of shooting of any sort, that aim small, miss small is definitely a coined term that's been around for ages. There is a guy on Instagram though who has that aim small, miss small moniker on his channel. It's his big thing, his mantra. Yeah. Oh man. I definitely got to get some bands on this guy soon. This is feeling really good. Yep, it's a badass looking frame. Hi, Sarah Mitchell. How you doing? It'd be great if you could hit that thumbs up button for me. It would be very much appreciated. Yeah, there won't be any more coats of the polyurethane on this thing for now. Just gonna let it dry out real good for the next hour or so, and then when I finish up this build video, I'll band her up, take some shots, and see how it shoots. Well, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've also got to work on that. I don't know if I've ever showed you guys the Titan Hunter version of a natty that I'd been building. It's a little bit too on the thick side. I got to take her down a little bit and see how it goes. But we can get that guy sorted out and looking pretty good. Do some shooting with it too. Get it all finished up. It'll be nice. I never coated it with anything or to seal it in, or I just kind of sanded it down, put some bands on it, and started shooting it. But it came up pretty decent. The one thing I like about these little natural frames, though, is they are so light. I know, Al, you set them straight, buddy. Those people are slacking. We only got 9 likes in this boy already. We've been going at it for almost an hour. Look at that. Shameful. I shot PFS on a normal frame as it avoids frame hits. The new Wasp frame has improved my shooting by such a factor. Which one are you talking about, Lane? The Apex? The Apex is a sweet frame. I really freaking like that Slingshot. Yeah, I love the Titan Hunter too. I've got a natural version of it that I kind of carved out. It's really nice. Yeah, the Apex Plus is a sweet frame, eh, Lane? It's a really, really nice slingshot. The Wasp Enzo Pro. I don't think I've seen the Pro. What's the difference between the Enzo and the Enzo Pro? Yeah, the Apex is actually pretty slick. I gotta be honest. When I first got it, I was kind of like, I don't know, it's a 95. I didn't realize, and I was a little nervous about it. But then after getting out and doing some shooting with it, holy smokes! I shot a short with it, and I was like, okay. I wasn't really sure if I was gonna be able to do some really precise shooting with it until I went out that next day and shot the short. Then really started warming up with it. I'm like, holy crap, this thing is crazy. Because just to keep in mind, right, I shoot a 90 millimeter frame point on with a fork tip. If I'm going to shoot a 90, I gotta, like, say if I'm aiming at my nose, I gotta split my nose with the target or with the fork tip and aim straight down the forks, but right about here is my spot. So I gotta split the target in half, and I was hitting tiny stuff with it. It was crazy. Oh, the question, the question, the question. If I only shot one slingshot, what would I choose? That's very tough. That's very tough. It may be, it's kind of a toss-up. I know that's not what you're asking, but it would either be the Ares, Titan Hunter, or my Cygnus. Yeah, I would pause on that too. You know what? I was kind of shocked about how well it shot, even with the 95 millimeter fork width. I'm totally impressed with that thing. So, for me, the the Apex is an absolute win. It would be sweet if they came out with one though. I know most of the Wasp slingshots are around an 85, which is pretty nice for some people. For me, it's a little on the small side. I have to gap shoot when I shoot an 85, but I love my 90 millimeter fork widths. I actually don't even know how wide this one is yet. I have to measure it. I really just went off site, what felt good, and we'll see. I think it's pretty close to a 90. I don't have any slingshots with me to test it out, but just took 1 millimeter either side fork to get my 90. Yeah, I heard some people were doing that, just giving a little shave down on the exteriors with the clips, and it was coming up pretty decent. The ammo I use 8 millimeter steel, or 5/16 depending on where you're from. I didn't know Wasp was making an aluminum. Are they really? They're making an aluminum Apex, or just the Enzo? I like the Enzo. I wouldn't mind getting a nice aluminum one of that. Yeah, it's pretty badass. Oh. Do I shoot pickle forks? No, I tried shooting one before. I had two frame hits. It didn't work out very nice. So here we are. My short draw is 85. If I shoot long draw, I got to go to 105 or all the way to 112. I think my natural stretching changes my angle. Oh, I wonder. Hey, Track, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, I thought somebody said the Apex Pro. Yeah, it was the Enzo Pro. But that could be another one of those that are made out of the, is it G10 or Micarta or something like that? He makes them up. Kind of like the Unifox Target Master or something like that. Yeah, once I'm able to get a belt sander, or not a belt sander, but a bandsaw in here, I'll be able to bang these things out multiples a day. But right now, I'm just using my belt saw to my belt sander to do all the heavy removal. I put a very coarse grit belt on there, and I just sand away with it. Seems to work, but it could be way faster with the belt sander. You know what? That kind of makes sense, actually. Both Andy and who was the other person who was talking about that? I think that was where'd he go? Yeah, I think it was Darren. The frame that I've done the best shooting with long draw was actually my Ocularis, and I think my Ocularis, the wider fork on there really helped me out, because usually I shoot high. I shoot high and I shoot a little bit to the left when I shoot long. What happened to your aim, Track? You said here, Track Attack says I was shooting today trying to get my aim back. What happened to your aim? I'm too slick. Yeah, I think you might be right, Slick. I think I have the same issue. I think I shoot the wider frames better long draw, and I think it's probably because of when you're stretching way back here, you've got an anchor point somewhere here on your face that's probably similar to what you're shooting at short draw, but you're way out there. So I don't know. That's interesting. It's an interesting thing to try to figure out. Where are you off to?
Empire and other places.
Oh, okay. Have fun. Is Benny all caged up?
Yeah.
Okay. I shoot my scout outs today, but my aim sucks. I missed more than usual. I haven't practiced. The Enzo is a slingshot, has a good angle settings and so on. Yeah, you know what? I think just about anything with a 90 fork width, or in that area, 90, 85, 90, I do really well with. I prefer to have the view above than I do below. So it's like if I have to shoot a little bit lower, I prefer that than having to split my target. But it's fun. I make my own band sets. 20 to 12 at 0.5 or 0.6 is worth going up to 1 millimeter with experiment with band thicknesses. Yeah, I've tried going up to 1 millimeter. I couldn't find a taper that was worth shooting, and kept it light enough to be effective with my 9.5 or my 8mm steel. It's great that you explain, Master. Thanks, Jam. I try my best, buddy. I try my best. When I figure something out, I try to let it stew in the old noodle for a while, and then put out something that actually tries to make sense, so I can explain it to people. And I sometimes have my doubts if I'm making any sense, but it seems to work out from time to time. Yeah, I'm curious, Track. How much of that stuff are you gonna chop down for your shooting range in the backyard? You're gonna have like 100 yards or 100 meters of shooting back there soon. Alrighty, folks. I think I'm gonna wrap this one up. I'm gonna go get some bands on this guy. Seems to be nice and dry now, so I'm gonna get some bands on this guy and finish up that video, and then see if I can get that edited and put up there this weekend. I'm looking forward to the new videos, Track. It'll be cool. How's it going, Mark? You just came in while I'm on my way out, buddy. sorry for the bad news. 130 meters. Alrighty, folks. I'm gonna wrap this one up. Get the poor pup out of the cage. Everyone's gone now, so you guys take care, stay safe, get out and practice, be good to each other. I'll see you again soon. I love you guys, are freaking awesome, and keep your eyes open for the vid. We're gonna be shooting this guy pretty soon. Bye for now.